our cores were basically, we have the same values and things like that. And so seeing and meeting people kind of changed my perspective about people like in the South. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Everyone that we talked to, a majority of them had very different political beliefs than us. And like she said, different values and different stances on certain topics in the world right now. But at the end of the day, like talking to them and like actually having them in front of us, like explaining things that we couldn't see and like being able to step outside of ourselves and our beliefs and like think about the world right now through someone else's viewpoint was definitely an experience that I wouldn't trade for anything. And at the end of the day, people, like, despite having different social beliefs than us, also just are people, and at the end of the day, they value humanity over everything, as we all do. So it's very inspiring.
I think overall one of my favorite parts was definitely meeting all of them. I mean, we obviously live in different states, but we still keep in touch all the time. But a specific favorite part I would say was the minor league baseball game we went to, because I mean, we just, like, it wasn't a team we knew, but it was a really fun experience. It was like pouring rain, and there was a grand slam that happened. And Casey got her reaction to the grand slam on video, and it's one of the funniest videos, and we still watch it now. My favorite part was probably the Gulagichi cooking class. We met a family, they were the Fields, and the girl Regina kind of led the class for us. And I think just the style of cooking that we learned and learning how to do kind of things like doing things their way, hands-on was like definitely new and interesting to do.
It's part of the show.
Wait, maybe don't.
Hi, I'm Chloe and Bella's mom. We know Michael from the neighborhood and Christy and the kids, and I'd really say I got involved because it seemed like something I would like to support, philosophically, and it didn't occur to me to have Bella do it, and then when she did it, really changed it from something that I thought I was involved in to something that I felt like I was involved in. I feel like having that experience as a parent has really solidified why I think it's so important, because we all look for opportunities to give our kids the best that they can get, and the best that they can get is usually something we don't understand and don't know, and to step outside of our comfort zone is one of the most powerful things you can do. And so letting her go on a trip on her own and meeting people that I've never met and taking that big first step into the big world in our own country is very powerful. So I'm very proud to be part of this organization.
I just love that, we have this, we've been on trips and we've gone places, but, a lot of these places are places that are fun to go on vacation to. And, this has happened a number of times where we're like watching a movie or watching a TV show. She's like, oh, I've been to that, or I've been somewhere like that. Oh, I've been to an army base. I've been to and like it just seems like all of a sudden she's seen so much more of the world. Like just 1, 2, 3.
But I would say that the reason you let her go at the end is, you work so hard to give your kids, values and open-mindedness, and really understand the world, not from this polarized place that we get it from, in the news and social media. And the trip was very helpful for that. She was texting me and sending me pictures, and you'll see videos throughout the trip through Instagram of everything they're doing, and you're realizing, okay, they're really learning about the world, by experiencing it, not by someone else's opinions that are coming from all these other angles that it's so easy to get sucked into. So, really credit to Michael and Mr. Vito and really everybody who supports this organization. They do such a great job. It's such a well thought out and really very well organized. I know that's not part of the question, but super well organized in terms of where they were going, and we have three kids, and we can't get 3 of them to do anything at the same time. And somehow they got 8. Half of them didn't know each other to do that. So really just amazing job.
When they came home, as far as like impacts on them, like they were different people, right? Like I guess after 11 days away, we were also really nervous about it. She'd never been anywhere on her own, and 11 days is a long time for us. Didn't seem so long for her. Met some friends now that she talks to all the time still. And then came home with just a million different experiences, like Rob was saying, like real world experiences that you just don't get around us, and seeing that we're more alike than we are different. And then impacts on us was just like, we kind of get a little jaded too, right? We're in this like little area and like we think everything's like that, and you hear this stuff and you're like, geez, like maybe we take a step back and we look at things a little bit differently. So just whenever stuff like that happens in general, you kind of, it helps you maybe do a little reset and be a little more open-minded to things, and I think that makes a big difference.
In a very specific way, I thought that Ruby was more interested in student government after she came back, after seeing Washington, D.C.
There's a bigger confidence now from going on this trip. She's able to meet new friends and get along with groups that she might not have met before. And I don't think really that was necessarily Michael's vision, to say, oh, that's, that they're going to meet people and get along. But that, as a parent, that's a big thing, to know that your child can stand up in the world and get along and, make new friends and find a new circle, because they're going to need to do that in life.
Definitely.
I did actually have a speech that I spent too much time typing and I lost it. But the gist of it was, honestly, I was feeling a little bit down a week or two ago, because I've written to more than 50 different journalists and media outlets, and I've sent more than 150 emails inviting people to learn more about us, inviting me into this event, and I heard back I got positive response from 0 in the New York City area. This was CNN, ABC, NBC, CBS, New York Times. I emailed David Brooks. Like, these are all the direct email addresses to all these journalists, Axios, wherever. And I just want to say also that I emailed one person in South Carolina, in Greenville, about us coming down, and they said yes. So I was 1 for 1 in South Carolina, and I was 0 for 50 with New York State, my hometown. So I was feeling pretty down. But there was a journalist under the radar. The Polygon, which is the student paper for Poly Prep. A certain Miss Sasha Gilyadoff wrote this whole piece about her experience. And I want to thank Sasha from the bottom of my heart, wherever she is, for all the work that she put into putting this article together. She closed her article, which is like 1,200 words minimum. Growing up in New York City, I experienced how Southern culture is often negatively characterized, especially through the lens of social media, which tends to amplify the most extreme or controversial viewpoints. It becomes easy to reduce entire communities to singular ideologies. The experience of American tributaries confronts just how incomplete and how unfair that perspective can be. Over the course of 11 days, I met farmers, congressional staffers, soldiers, rural citizens, and South Carolinians, but most importantly, I met people. Beliefs are our lived experiences, shaped by geography, access, education, and need. I'm not suggesting that we abandon our political beliefs. Rather, I believe that we should create understanding from our judgment. Empathy begins with intellectual humility, the recognition that we cannot fully understand a place or its people without listening to the stories that shape them. In a time of deepening divides, that kind of understanding is not just valuable, it is essential. It reminded me that the journalists, the media, that's not where we're trying to talk to. That's not who's going to communicate our message. That's who's going to receive our message. It's each of you. And I'm so grateful for everybody who's come here to share this time, share this experience, because of the physical commitment that you've made to come here. It means the world to me, and it means the world to this. But it's really that message that has to come out from us. You guys are the story. These kids are the story. Our friends in South Carolina who embrace us and teach us about their lives. They're the story. and we'll just keep making it, keep writing it, and good things will happen. So I just ask everybody to engage everybody, especially when you disagree with people, with curiosity, respect, compassion, and humility. With that, we'll have a stronger country, and we can all go forward knowing that we'll not only celebrate our 250th birthday, but our 300th, 400th, and 500th. So thank you, everybody. Thank you.